I'm just gonna play a little. I had a request to redo Hallelujah, so I'm gonna redo that first, just because I think I test the waters. And then if it is too bad, I need you to say it's too bad and don't play anymore. All right, I need you to tell me that. Tell Alex that. So I just need to know if anybody heard that at
Yes,
all.
they did. Some people are saying it's fine. Some are saying the sound is bad. Another saying have you record it and then upload it. Ricky, you're not working hard enough.
Yeah,
That's
I know. I know, and it's really frustrating. So
so.
I'm not going to play any more music. I'm happy to answer questions, but I had a whole thing prepared for everybody today. And as far as recording and uploading, I just honestly, people, there's just no way to tell you what's going on right now with time. And every time I did one of those little organ ditties for you, it's usually about a 2 or 3 hour process just to create that and get it uploaded. So not as easy as you think. It's not that I don't want to.
Well, people are saying it's bumpy, but Ellie Stone says it was still wonderful. Judy asked, what are you working on, Ricky? Any new techniques you are or have learned that you can share details with us?
Well, I don't think I've really learned too many new techniques recently, and certainly the techniques that I obviously love, it's very difficult to just say in an audio version. Um, for those that don't know, and I know it's another shameless plug, I had spent the last several months writing a novel. And so my efforts in this novel, it's not just for the sake of writing the book, the Lizzie Albright and the Attic Window book with my friend Kat Bowser. The idea for this entire book is to spawn a new generation of quilters from a story. And so I've not only done the book, and it's at the end right now. We're getting really close to going to print, but the quilt that's in the book, I've done the pattern book for that, and I've designed fabrics with Benartex for that. All of that's been obviously work. And so the novel comes out. I encourage you to go to YouTube, search Lizzie Albright, Lizzie Albright. Search for Lizzie Albright in YouTube and start listening to the chapters and get kids involved. because the idea is to have a quilt curriculum eventually for kids to be involved with under the Lizzie Albright brand, but it all starts with the book. So I've been spending my time doing something I've never done in my life before, and it has been all consuming. Suits truly all consuming. So there's that answer. Sorry I don't have a wonderful tip for you for quilting today.
So Claudia File just said, you guys, it's not important about the sound quality, but the feeling to be connected in those crazy times. Lucky we still have the internet. No kidding, Claudia.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you, Claudia. And that's the whole reason that we're doing these is just because we're kind of, we're stuck and we want to connect with you guys. I'm out on a mountain by myself. I'm 9 miles from another human being. So I've got my 3 pups and they're keeping me company. But other than that, no, Barley. No, Barley was trying to lick my design wall. But other than that, we're just trying to get through. So I appreciate the opportunity. Can you imagine what it would have been like 100 years ago to be sequestered and stuck someplace trying to stay safe? And if you even wanted to get a message to somebody, it was a postman with a horse.
So let me scroll back. Shoot, hold on. This will make you happy, Ricky. Judine said it's great to listen to Lizzie Albright and sewing. Fun time.
Good. Thank you. Well, that's the idea, because the way we posted them on YouTube, they're meant to be listened to. Yes, YouTube is a video site, and you will see my face and Kat's face, but you don't need to. If you just start the video pod and just let it run, it goes from chapter to chapter automatically, but you have to find the playlist, and it's called the Lizzie Albright Vid Pods.
So I started today on it. I've listened to the first.
Good.
Yeah, it is great to sew with. Absolutely great. And for anybody of our age, Jiffy Pop. I mean, come on. How did you remember about Jiffy Pop?
Oh, did you just hear that?
Yes.
Was that you, Alex, or
That's me.
was that you or a comment?
That's me.
Yeah, well, that's and I'll tell this to Alex, but those of you that are listening can listen. The first 6 chapters are critical from just establishing an era and a time and a nostalgic thing. There's nothing that's super pushing the story forward as far as what's going to happen. But ultimately, a lot of the stuff in those chapters are foreshadowing things that will come. So you have to get through those first 6 chapters, and then chapter 7 involves the quilt, and chapter 8 is where the story, where they set they put the ignition, they put the match, whenever they light the match in the cartoon on the bomb, and it starts fizzling. That's chapter 8. So, yeah. So you gotta just push through those first 8 chapters.
So, hey, Ricky, Stacy Sundgren has another job for you. Regarding Lizzie, is there a possible plan for a Lizzie doll pattern and patterns for some of the other characters?
Yeah, absolutely. So yes, Stacy, this is a huge thing, from cosplay for the costumes. We want to do a little set of I don't know what you call them, but they're little fabric dolls where they're printed, and you get the kids to sew them, and they make a doll set with McDougal and with the witch and with Lizzie and with her grandmother and all of that, so that they can make their own little doll sets. As far as doing like a teddy bear doll, we haven't gone there yet, but all of that, coloring books, cosplay, a whole children's curriculum that is being established for this. So, and obviously we're open to ideas, but yes, a lot of things.
And Carol Mullers loves being read to.
That's great. Well, especially when we're working, in our studios. I'm an audiobook guy, and we will do an audiobook of Lizzie. What you're hearing now is pre-final edit, and I'm reading, and I'm not going to be reading the book for Audible. I need somebody that can do a better Scottish brogue than I can, but also I feel that this book needs to be read by a female. And so we want to be able to do auditions and get readers and so forth for the audiobook. That's coming. I mean, that should be coming this summer, to be honest. Of course, everything's up in the air right now. Everything is so crazy right now.
Boston Liz says she hasn't started it yet. How many hours is in the read?
Well, we're doing a chapter a day, so it's hard to tell you. But most of the chapters right now are somewhere around 22 minutes long. That would be average. So you're looking at 3 chapters an hour. So you could do 5 right now. We're looking at about 5 hours. But we're on chapter 15 today. And I'm going to get everybody up to about chapter 32 before I quit. And I will quit. I'm just letting you know. I'm taking you up to some climactic ending, and hopefully you'll love it enough that you'll want the book to finish it. But there will ultimately be about 10 hours of just me reading.
So Cheryl has not been on this for a while, I don't think, because she said, what book? It's his Lizzie Albright book. You need to Google it and then go to YouTube.
Yeah. Go to YouTube, and this is how you spell Lizzie Albright, Lizzy Albright, and it's a story about a little 10-year-old girl. She's born on Christmas Eve, and our story starts on her 10th birthday on December 24th, 1964. So you guys are going to relate to that demographic, but the story is going to relate to your grandkids. Trust me. Trust me on that. It's not Shrek, which is wonderful, but it's just not that.
So Judy...
It's a fantasy adventure that's very...
Sorry.
I was going to say, it's a fantasy adventure that's very much Wizard of Oz, Alice in Wonderland, and Harry Potter. So you can put your mind into those 3 things and kind of put them into one pot. That's what we're looking at.
So Judy Brennan is asking, how did you come up with the story?
Okay, so there's an introduction on the VidPods where Kat, my co-author, and I talk about that. So go and listen to that introduction because it's a good 15 minutes or so that explains it. But ultimately, this idea was my friend Kat Bowser's to come up with a book that would inspire kids to be involved in sewing. That's really what started it all. It's gotten bigger than that, but that's what started it all. It's not a picture book. It's a chapter novel. It'll be 80,000 words by the time it's done.
So Hannah Laura just said, I wish you could see these comments. Hannah Laura just said that her granddaughter, Ava, looks forward to doing Lizzie with her. She'll be 10 this year. Perfect.
Yeah, that's great, Lorshin.
Kat's in here too. Yay, Lizzie.
So yeah, everybody, it's Kat's on the comment feed. That's the wonderful co-author. It's Kat's brainchild, and we worked on the story together, and we meet all the problems together because writing a book always has trouble. I mean, it's been a wonderful journey.
And then Carol says, I can see doing something at our local library with kids and quilters, being hopeful we can get back together in groups again someday. Yeah, no kidding.
Yeah, it's really true. So if you're checking out the read, try to get your youngsters to get involved with it as well. it is going to be, it gets intense. That's all I can tell you. It's not intense right now. It's still all happy and fun and all of that, but it gets to be pretty intense.
And then Rondi says, which I know probably other people too, are they can't wait to get their bundle. She loves the mug.
Thank you. I do too. I enjoy the mug. There's the mug. We have buttons and mugs and all that. So I know I had it on my feed, but it's not on yours, Alex. Next Saturday, the 11th, I will actually be in La Vida, hoping that I have a better signal than I have on the mountain. But that is when we are revealing the Lizzie Albright quilt. You'll be able to see the quilt, and you'll be able to see the line of fabrics that I've created. That is next Saturday. That's noon Pacific and 3 p.m. Eastern. Next Saturday. Same time as this on Saturday.
I'm glad you're going to go to town next weekend.
Yeah, I have to. There's no way around it. Here's the thing, it streams okay when I'm doing my regular Facebook, but with this eCam thing, it's just too many feeds trying to get out there, so it just stops down.
Well, maybe you need to talk to John about that, and you need to relook at that.
Yeah, I agree. I don't want people to have a bad experience. Oh, so let me do this. I have something that I can show you. This is part of my show and tell that I was not able to do on show and tell. So let me do that. Hang on.
Hey, everybody, you need to know that John's the one that figured out how to do this by Skyping him in on this other program, and yay.
So I want to show you this quilt. This is the quilt by Natasha Lasko from Ukraine. Okay, I showed it to you last week. All right, and as I get close, I want you to see that it ends up having all of these crazy pieces. Those are essentially tubes of fabric. Tubes. Tiny little tubes that are woven together to make this. Hey, can you all see that? Okay. What I didn't have to show you last time is Natasha is known for doing embroidery with straw, and I mean straw. And that's what her art form was. And because she did embroidery with straw, she's been able to take these little tubes of fabric and do what she does with straw. So she came into quilting through being a straw embroidery person. And the crazy thing there is, I've learned there's only 6 people left on earth that do what I'm about to show you. This is an example of straw embroidery. I'm going to bring it close, but I want you to see it's a framed artwork on a pieced background, and then I'm going to get up close and let you see the straw.
Who made that, Ricky?
Natasha Lasko, the same person that made the Raven quilt.
Wow.
Actually, I could be wrong. This is her son's work. She and her son are both people. This one was done by her son. But you can see how amazing that is. It's like sewing with straw. It's actually with a needle being pushed into the fabric.
Hey, John wants you to send him a good picture of that, okay?
Both of those.
Of both those.
Okay. And when we did the interview with Natasha at Houston, those were both in that article. So, John, remember that link will also get them so they can see her and meet her.
Okay.
Because I did interview her. Well, I suppose we should probably say goodbye. I want to thank everybody for coming and visiting, and I want to wish you all a very healthy next week. Please stay safe. Do all the things that you're supposed to, which is stay inside, wash your hands, don't touch your face. If you do have to go outside, please wear a mask of some kind so that you can just stay protected. I love you all, and Alex would agree with me when we say you mean so much to our community. We're in this together. We're not on the top of the heap. We're part of you. So thank you for being part of the TQS family. And I wish you all the best and God bless. Alex, do you want to say anything?
Yeah. Hey,
Goodbye?
Ricky, remember, it's a new day every day. Bye-bye.
Bye.